Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Aquarius Moon, and I'm here to carry out God's duties and motherfucking responsibilities because I'm the Archangel Uriel. Now, right now, we talk about Mercury and Taurus. Now, Mercury and Taurus. Mercury and Taurus people, now, what is Mercury? Mercury is it's the closest to the sun, so it's dealing with your nerves. It's dealing with the fastest reaction, the initial state, and how you build whatever your moon sign is receiving. Mercury is how you understand it and how before you communicate it. So it's the communication within the self and the communication to others. It's Hermes. You know what I'm saying? It runs circles around people. So for a lot of fast talkers, if you come across a fast talker, 9 times out of 10, they got their Mercury in there. But, excuse me, right now we talk about Mercury and Taurus. Mercury and Taurus people, now you can either be a Gemini, Taurus, or Aries to have your Mercury and Taurus. And that's it, because it's the closest to the sun and it's not that far away from the sun. So, you know what I'm saying? That's that. But, so Mercury and Taurus people here are people who are very organized within the head. You know what I'm saying? People are very organized with their head. They like to put pieces together. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a person who say you did a Taurus and Mercury person wrong, you know what I'm saying? But you're their friend, and they always take you back as their friend. They're gonna put pieces together and know how to treat you. They know how close they want you to them. So if you're a person who did do something to them, by that Venus being there, the ruler, is gonna help them not be so harsh on you. But they may keep it real with you. They may tell you what you done wrong. You know what I'm saying? Some signs are passive. They get done wrong and then they drift off instead of actually attacking the issue. A Mercury and Taurus person will attack the issue. If they've been done wrong, they'll let you know they've been done wrong. But they're open arms and loving because of the Venus there. So it's just they'll put the pieces together in their Mercury mind to know how far to treat you. To know if they want you here or closest to them like here. A lot of times they'll treat you like that, and you'll know it after a while. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they deal with common sense. The earth signs deal with common sense more than any other sign. You know what I'm saying? The fire signs deals with spirituality and the behind the scene realms more than any other signs. You know what I'm saying? The water signs deal with the emotional realm and the yin and the behind the scenes realm more than any other sign. You know what I'm saying? Is this water stay behind the scenes, and fire try to bring that behind the scenes to reality, which that's why it burns. You know what I'm saying? And when anything is getting burnt, it's getting burnt back to its natural state, which is the truth of it. So fire burns through reality and try to bring reality back to the behind the scenes. Water is just behind the scenes and like to absorb reality into the higher scenes. So you ever seen water cover over something? It's bringing whatever we seen into the yin, but it's still there. It's not getting burnt out of reality. It's not getting burnt out of existence and going back to its natural etheric realm state, what the fire do, which is the truth of the behind the scenes. It's the water. It's showing what's here behind the scenes, but leaving it here so you can understand behind the scenes why you here. You just not burning it out and letting it go back to where it's going. And then the air signs, you know what I'm saying, they deal with it as far as the communication, you know what I'm saying, because they are the communication signs. And Mercury here, so it's a lot of air signs going to communicate the first thing that comes to their head. Earth get Mercury, and since Mercury is so fast, it gives Earths a lot of thoughts, but it gives them a lot to assess at one time. So they like to step back. This is why a lot of times Mercury and Taurus people may not, and even in all Earth signs, may not react to something as fast as another sign, because they need time to sit back and assess everything. They deal with common sense. They can understand. Mercury and Taurus people can understand you don't mean what you mean just because you said it. A lot of other signs can't. A lot of other signs would be like, oh, he said that, so he must mean that shit. Or she said that, so she must really mean that shit. They deal with common sense, Mercury and Taurus people. So they already understand the common trait of mankind. So they understand how they put it together in their head that everybody said stuff that they may not mean at the moment. I just may not do it, but I understand they do it. You know, so this is the mind of a Mercury and Taurus, how they put together what they're receiving in their moon sign. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a good moon sign with a good Mercury, that's good because you're able to communicate your thoughts efficiently without sounding like you don't know what you're talking about. But a lot of times Mercury and Taurus will help any sign out do this because they sit back and easily and try to assess it. So Mercury and Taurus people know how to get to the money because Mercury is a money sign, and it dances around and it dances circles around situations that deal with fastness. So when a person is talking fast to a Mercury and Taurus person, a Mercury and Taurus person know how to easily assess the pinpoints of the fast talking. So you may be talking real fast to this Taurus and Mercury person trying to get to do something, and they just sitting and listening to you, picking out certain stuff that is the truth. So all that rambling that you did, they picked out the certain things that they already need to hear and know what you're about already. So they put you in a box as just being a fast talker and not being serious about anything. See, that's another thing too with Mercury and Taurus people. You got to be serious about something. You can't just be off to this idea, that idea, like fire signs. They can help stable a fire sign. You know what I'm saying? You got to be serious about at least one thing. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not going to take you serious. You know what I'm saying? Mercury and Taurus people, they know how to have foundation to what they're talking about. It may not have much meaning to it, but you know whatever they're talking about is firm. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to say something that they don't do. They don't necessarily practice what they preach, but because they don't really preach a lot of shit to other people. They're not the types to try to tell you what you should do or shouldn't do unless it's warranted. Unless you're the type of person that's always coming to them for something. Then that's when they're going to come out and give you some destructive advice. But, you know what I'm saying, they're not just going to come out the box and do that just because what they see you doing is wrong. They 9 times out of 10 like to look at it like, well, that's what he do, but I'm not going to do it like that. Or that's what she do, so I'm not going to do it like that. Because I already know how I do things. You know what I'm saying? That's like when it comes to females. Mercury and Taurus females, if you a man trying to get with her, but you seem reckless, like you seem careless, you don't seem like you have a foundation. If you just like a flirty type person, you're not gonna get with that. You're not gonna get with the Mercury and Taurus person because she's gonna put in her head that, okay, if this person is being this flirtatious with me, this person is being flirtatious with everybody, and I don't need that right now. I'm more into the person that doesn't seem like they're into that. You know what I'm saying? This is the Mercury and Taurus. This is how she thinking. So if any of you guys, you know, a Mercury and Taurus girl, you need to think about that. Don't come up to her like you flamboyant, or come up to her like you could just have anybody you want. Because 9 times out of 10 they don't care about that shit. They really care about how stable you is, how concrete you is, how reliable you is. A lot of times if you talk to them and they like you, a Taurus and Mercury girl may not even show you an action or reaction that she into you, even if she is, because she want to see what you do. She want to see how willing, how much drive you have, how willing you is to succumb to her. So 9 times out of 10, you may go up and try to talk to this girl. She a Mercury and Taurus. She may like you, but she may not show that. And then if you a person who be like, oh, I don't give a fuck, I'm off to the next, then you proving her right. So she gonna, in her head, she gonna look at it like, yeah, that's not the type of person I'm into anyway, because of that. But if you show her like some type of, like you start making plans with her, or you seem like you consistent, and even if she turn you down, you're not a petty person like a Scorpio, or a Mercury or Scorpio, or Mercury and Libra, to the point that you wanna tell her, well, or even a Mercury and Capricorn, you'll tell her that well, I got this over here, so I don't like you anyway. Like, I just did that to see if you petty like that, she definitely ain't gonna like you. If you like real and be like, damn, she rejected me, but I mean I still like her. You still like show that kind of energy. You'll have her open up a little better, move her blocks out the way a little better, because that's what it is. That's what Earth is, rocks and blocks and shit in the way before, and you have to assess that before you get through to the next goal, the next situation. So she's gonna look at it like that and be like, okay, well, this person is consistent. They seem like they're going to be here for me or whatever like that. So I can open up a little better. You know what I'm saying? So that's a Taurus and Mercury female. So guys, if you out there looking for one, you got to watch that. Don't be trying to act all flashy and shit like that, because they may care about money, but if they're going to assess in their head and put together what kind of being you are, and 9 times out of 10 that's not the right kind of person they want, because you're not a person that can be contained. You're a person who's too much here and there. They're not on that. You know what I'm saying? So it got to be concrete. It got to be constructive. It got to be consistent for a Taurus Mercury female. You know what I'm saying? That'll help her mind be at ease. And you know, even for the males is kind of different, because the males the way they communicate is through possessions. So they may buy a girl flowers or whatever like that. They may not talk much. But they may give you something for Valentine's Day or something like that. Or you know what I'm saying? They may show that they have a certain interest. You know what I'm saying? But not much with words. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing with Mercury's and Taurus. With males and female, you have to be comfortable with the situation before you start talking. So because Taurus deals with the throat, so anything that comes out of Taurus doesn't want to be misspoken. It doesn't want to be looked at like it doesn't know what it's talking about. So it like to build first. And with Mercury being here, it helps that. It may be a little slower at the communications of everybody else, but anytime it does communicate, it's consistent and it knows what the fuck it's talking about, because it's not gonna talk about it unless it knows it. You know what I'm saying? So that's Mercury and Taurus, people. You know what I'm saying? I think I've been talking too long, so y'all hate this fucking shit, man. I hope I'm gonna write to YouTube. I need y'all to write to YouTube too and say, please let the little pilot man make videos over 15 minutes. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. And grabs.